Hello there. Welcome back to the channel here. We've got a 4 versus 4 here on Hy Izlan. Hy Izlan, I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but it's a map here with a giant sort of ice lake in the centre that just kind of denies some space but leaves the map very open. You can see all the holocrons are sort of around here too. And the players, the carbon sort of around the outskirts of the map, but they've got quite good space and sort of nooks and crannies to build their bases in and actually get some good walls and stuff down. Getting into the teams here, we've got RVA here in the blue with the Royal Naboo, and John the Late here is his pocket in the red with the Galactic Empire. Arnie here in the purple Gungans, and Attacker Die in the Black Sun in the orange. And then on the other side of things, we've got Hunter here in the grey with the Confederacy. We've got Russian Blunt with the teal or cyan, Rebel Alliance. Smoky Venus here in the yellow First Order. And lastly, Parappa here in the green on the Wookiees. And looking at the old resources now, we've got 10 nerfs, quite a few lurables. There tends to be quite a good amount of like dewbacks on this map often. And good selection of the buffed berries here, the Jogan Fruit Bush with 150. A couple of tauntauns and stuff that can be sort of pushed with a scout too. So a good amount of food to get up to T2 quite quickly, especially with that nursery buffer. So might expect to see people maybe go for Mounties. They can go for quite quick T2 rushes as well off like one troop center. Get a couple of troopers out, get the trooper upgrade, get the range for them, and try and get into your opponent's economy quite early. Get some sort of shock damage there. And not seeing any sort of shenanigans yet, like any troop centers before carbon processor or anything like that, which has been more popular these days. Not any great abusers of it. Maybe other than Smokey here with First Order. They'd be a pretty good candidate for that kind of shenanigan. He is in the pocket though. But those flame troopers can be quite potent. I think we'll speed it up just a little bit to get out of T1 because this is a longer game. The length of it and the file size is quite high. And food processor going down here for Arnie. Trying to lure his Jew back with a scout. It's looking like it might die again. We're going to see this again. Oh. Doesn't want to lose it. I can't remember if you can repair this or not, or if it's a medic. I think it is a repairable one. Gave up on the Jew back there, didn't want to lose the scout. 4 HP. Something that you might need. We look across at his opposite pocket here. You can't see it, but troop center down on the First Order. So that is some shenanigans here. Troop center power core going down here for Hunter. Parappa just dropping his troop center. Nothing yet out of attack. Oh, there's the troop center in a sort of very conservative position. Sort of maybe planning to wall things out to the command center and back. And RV here got his power core on the way too. And Russian Blunt just playing legit. Although he's only got 2 workers on his carbon processor, which is interesting. These tauntauns really like this spot. Don't know where they're trying to go, but almost well hidden. It's the same on RVA's side as well, that you can't quite catch them. There are a lot of food in them as well. 170 each. The Mounties here for Hunter trying to do some damage. You can see that RV trying to get the counter attack going though. Just dropping down the turret to defend things. Trying to take advantage of this window here. And are not quite T2 just yet. But RVA sort of struggling just to get the troopers right across, get into the spots here. Hunter's base sort of all built to the side. Hard to get into a spot to do some damage. The new troopers, they can push the Mounties away. You can see a flame trooper trying to get in here, into Arnie's base. He's done some good walling though. Whatever spots he can find, but I do worry about his buildings being so far away from the CC here. Be tricky maybe to get a power core on them. RV getting in here, doing some damage with the troopers, but it does get sort of flanked in this position. These guys don't have range though, which could have maybe been abused a little bit. Yeah, the flame tree. Is there no way in? Looks like there wasn't, but he didn't actually finish that wall. I guess the scout pulled the worker away maybe. He does get in here with the flame troopers and they're going to take a long time to die. The other side of things, Parappa here, pressuring attack. Not really trading just yet. You can see Hunter now counter-attacking RVA because he's double troop center. RVA only just getting his second one now. Did lose a few troopers there. Trying to close things out with the wall. Sit on top of this this hill here. These guys actually still don't have the range, which I think if RVA realise can actually take advantage of here. Assuming the range is on its way. No. Still no range. 3 range troopers. Attack and Parappa just seem to have been posturing. Well, a few went in here and did die. The flame troopers still running around Arnie's base. He's having a real hard time here. He's got power core at the moment at the command center. But that's a lot to get on top of it, and I don't think he can repair that really. And heavy flame troopers too, so they've got a lot more health to go with their armor there. Doing a lot more damage. He's repairing it though. Biggest problem here though is that Smokey's not actually focusing it down. He's got chasing some workers and stuff. It's getting a few kills though. This command center is just taking so long to clean these up. See that counter-attack from Hunter. Our-base Carbon very open, and he did get behind him here because these troopers are out of position. He's going to get on top of him here. And again, Smokey going for that power core. And troopers running here, only on one turret at the moment. The biggest issue is these guys just getting behind the army here because he has the units to absolutely clean it up. So I'm going to lose a few troopers there, maybe 3 or 4. But he does get to kill those troopers, maybe he can counter-attack from there. And Arnie did manage to sneak a power droid from the power core over to the mech factory and get a strike mech, which is going to have to micro his heart out here just to clean these up. And they're going for the nurseries now. They get that +1 damage as well, so they should really tear through these nurseries quite quickly. Only 2 in that one though. He's chosen poorly out of the 2 of them. Parappa attack. A lot of walling going on here. Got the gate for Parappa. Attacks, closing his out with a bunch of prefabs and stuff. Is pressuring, but Parappa not really got much to worry about with this sort of spawn of these tree clusters. Pockets of T3. Double airbase for John, but only the one here for Russian who's going for the temple. Eyeing up the holocrons. And Smokey's still rallying all these heavy troopers across the map here. Attack even showing up with a few troopers to try and help out. Get these off of Arnie here so he can recover. Oh, Smokey still T2. I don't know if he's on the way or not. No, not so much. These troopers looking at pressure, but Russian does show up here with, he's got a mech destroyer rallied here, which could die. It does. Fortunately, the pocket's double airbase, so not really any strikes to worry about. It does mean he gets to push Russian's air away here. Smokey is still chasing strike mechs around. It looks like there's 3 out now though for Arnie. Should be a little bit easier for him. Less micro required. RVA trying to carve through the wall here. Rally some anti-air troopers as well. And him and John could maybe pick Hunter apart here. Smokey going to have to give up on his pressure now. Does run one here into John's. Going to get that worker. It's going to be really annoying. Have to rally some of his air to deal with that, maybe. Which is going to hamper his ability to help RVA here, who does have a really good push going here. See, there's not many troops for Hunter at the moment. A lot of air, some anti-air is like a differential too. But there's a good wall here, sort of closing this area down. He could patrol through this though, I think. Let's put down the wall. The prefab shelters to keep him out. Could still like shoot through this though, it's 35 health. Maybe just patrol in and take the trade. But they do need to stay coordinated. Nothing really on the other side. Russian Blunt got a couple of fighters here, but not as many. He's only one air base versus two here. GE pretty good at pumping out fighters from on the cheap. Couple of Mounties here as well for getting through that wall. You see the strikes getting rallied straight across, going straight to Smokey's base here. Does have two turrets down. There's a few flame troopers in the middle of the map that are actually getting chased down a little bit, but he's given up on that. And they're really going to push the issue here. There's a lot of fighters, and like if all these die, I think it would kind of be over here, but a few dying, there's some kind of bad micro there. And they're running out, they're going to take the trade. He's trying to a little bit. Russia's not quite paying attention there, and there he is. Just so hard for like 4 people to stay coordinated here. I'll be a little bit like boxed up against the wood line there though. Just ping it, he's trying to get out here. John not quite there, loses the air. And that's going to be able to chase down the troopers here. And RV going to get counter-attacked, I think. Arnie looking for angles. There's 3-4 turrets down here for Smokey. Couple of grenade troopers. Where we're kind of at with workers and stuff. Arnie down 26. We've got 11 from Smokey on top of him after all that aggression. Does have like the better tech just now with the strike mix, but he needs to get the damage to kind of even things back, I suppose. RV about 39 there. It's evened up. And desperately trying to get a wall down now because he loses all those troopers. And strike max now, 100 to get to T3. RV just sort of started that now. Because he built a lot more troopers and cut the corners. Has got a good wall. And Smokey showing up here with the heavy flame troopers, oddly. There are the fighters to kill those off. The strikes at least can't get in because of the wall. Again, Arnie trying to find the angles, but those quadruple turrets covering a lot. And then the command center's just been given another turret, the 5th turret as well. Try and kill that light wall, but there's a prefab behind that area. Attack trying to wall the base here for Arnie. Arnie definitely struggling just on the berries and the nurseries. The one command center second dropping now. Built all those strike mechs to try and get the damage in, but again all those turrets have covered quite well, so us to start getting eco. Putting the pressure now on to Parappa on this side. Not really any upgrades for these. It's been quite poor with everything that's happened. So they're not as effective as they probably could be, and they're going to get shredded by that mech destroyer with no armor. All very low health. Let's clear off the troopers, but I don't think there's really any opportunity for attack to do anything with this right now. Other than maybe getting himself to T3 and doing some sort of artillery push. Just with the way that those walls layer. And Hunter pushing up from this position. Still got those troopers, there's like a differential here, because RV's lost all of his. RV getting the air base down, the command center, keeping the wall going. Russian cleaning up some fighters here, I assume of John's. John has a lot of fighters though. Could definitely kill this army if he caught it. Not a lot of anti-air at all. And you could maybe see Hunter go for a forward here. They've got the 2 grenadiers here. Perfect eco for going T4. Already got 1,000 food. I'll queuing up markers. Nova pretty close as well. And Arnie still a lot of strike mechs running around, but no war center upgrade. Get hassled now by a Wampa. Coming in here, trying to harass Parappa more. He's got 2 medics at the moment, healing his workers up. And Smokey now, T3, got a lot of War Center upgrades already, sending these guys out. Don't know if there's any way into the base anymore. You can hit that ore, though. And looks like you're trying to take a bit of a trade here with the air, but it looks like all the airs kind of just died. Too sure what happened there. Maybe fought some of Russians. Russian is triple air base, but doesn't actually have a lot of air, so I'm assuming they did have a bit of a fight there, but heavy weapons factory going to come down and that can pump out the AA mobiles here for Hunter as he starts building up this fortress. And kind of tricky to defend this in just T3 as an air civ air player. Going for T4. Not building any fighters. And Smokey did knock him off that ore. Trying to shoot both. I don't think he can get through that gap though. So the wall going to keep him out. And John going to be building a supportive fortress. Quite far back though. Could maybe have been a bit closer. Doesn't really guarantee a lot of Harvey's base, to be honest. It's like, you know, everything from this line, which is, yeah, not a lot of the important stuff. More strike mechs coming out here. And Smokey couldn't get into Arnie's base, so trying to get into John's right now. Just missed the timing of the gate opening. You could wait there. If he didn't shoot there, you sort of let him know that he's there now. And a bit of a conflict here, the strike mechs. He strike a couple of MDs though from Hunter. Should be a big differential in that fight. A lot of impact, but he's pulling down here and just covering his artillery that's now shooting at the power core. Just from behind things. RV is T4 though. And Hunter not quite gotten into the base yet. I got shields started on the furthest away air base, but the power core is under threat. He did get that health upgrade for it though. 450 health. Smokey's still sending a lot of strike mechs around to this side. Alright, running around with his, but no upgrades still. 4 CCs though, trying to catch back up in the game, get a boom going. But this is quite impactful, Smokey over here. Giving them a lot more firepower as they try to break in. I guess it's further exacerbated. You can see attackers getting rallied here, the shields and the armor getting researched. You get a lot of them. They can clean up the army here because not a lot of anti-air. John chasing Smokey a little bit too far here. This is RVA. The air, unfortunately, causing some problems. I think RVA could maybe sneak out some interceptors though and abuse the range against those. Only running back in here, a bit more damage. Not too sure what Tack's been up to. Again, ran away from that Wampa. Building some sensor posts. Some prefabs and stuff. A little bit of a forward going here. Gladiator droid some units. The attackers still building up here. I think they got all their tech really. A couple of interceptors popping out. Which can abuse the range. It's 6 range versus 3. Thummel here trying to knock things down. And Hunter's he go home. Sort of booming behind it a little bit, but not too close to getting T4. It'd be nice if he was T4 and he could just get some cannons out, right? Building up some Magna Guards. Which are usually quite good against like air, but I think the attackers kind of slaughter them. Attackers do very good damage to the ground units. Pretty much all the action on the map over here. See Hunter building anti-air battery, the turret. I feel like RV could probably just take the trade right now, just patrol in. It's just not a lot of anti-air, it's just some very rubbish T3 AA, which doesn't really touch attackers. Just to go and help over here, kill those speeders off, but the interceptors are good. I mean, he doesn't even need to be that, like, careful anymore. He's got the shields and the armor. You can see how quickly they kill off the heavy weapons here. And quickly they die. Not so much. I'm trying to kill the battery at the moment. Seems to really want to kill the battery. I mean, I think RV should just keep fighting this and just wipe this army completely. It's going to be harder for Hunter to do, like, two things, which would be get to T4 for cannons and rebuild the army. Can't really do both at the same time. Looks like Smokey gonna get through, trying to get through here. He's managed to get a prefab just to close things off again. I think that's probably like the second time there's been a prefab there. But +2 damage on these advanced flame troopers, like a lot of strike mechs flame troopers getting in here, and it's against mech destroyers that just don't have any upgrades. One strike mech here, there's a Famba, try and give them a bit of a shield, but power core are gonna go down here. This was gonna be the war center and the second mech factory, third mech factory. Kind of needed to get the military out to get these units out of the base. And RV not quite cleaning this up, instead choosing to send the attackers over here to come and help. So Arnie definitely in a lot of trouble here. John, in the meantime, going to get pressured with the Magna Guards here, which is going to be quite difficult to deal with just the mech destroyers. There are some strike mechs though, +4 damage. I actually think they might be okay. Do have a shield too. Attackers can come out and help here and push these off, and I don't like chasing these away while not having the units sort of behind it. It feels a little bit too sacrificial. It would have been better conserved for a little bit longer, and see these cannons going to be hitting the fortress now from John. And the attackers on top of those, they're going to just pretty much explode these strike mechs here. So very good damage against these ground units. And that has just saved Arnie from quite a conundrum, I think. Really a struggle to get all the units he needed out there to push that out of his base without losing a lot of workers. This fortress getting repaired, but I think it's about to go down. Not really seeing too much out of Russian for a little while here. He is T4 now. He has acquired all 5 of the holocrons, the Infinity Stones here. So that's 225 Nova per in-game minute for him. And RV looking for another pressure here. I think between the two of them, they can really just kill this position. The units from John just need to sort of move up. It just looks so barren on the ground here. It just needs to come forward and just snipe things, and then they can completely knock this position down. Interceptors from Russian Blunt going to arrive here. His rebels going to have very good interceptors with that extra upgrade that they get. And a lot of fighters too. Which I assume would smash the attackers. And get the cannons here. TRV does not want to fight that just now. Going to need to build a lot more interceptors, I feel. And try and out-micro them. But the fortress does get to stay alive. And fairly quiet on this side, but a little bit of a fight going on here between attack and Parappa over this gate. See the 12 range artillery out, and the Glad droids here, some troopers and stuff, but put my money on the artillery every time here. More trades for the air. Trying to kill off the units here. The base of Arnie starting to get his upgrades now. Famba's off to. Now, it looks like Parappa's going to be pushing in now. These gladiator droids kind of annoying against this army. Their second phase just doesn't really like. I don't think they've really got any good damage against them. The MDs smashed the first phase, but these ones here not taking too much. Just being really annoying getting at the minimum range of these units, slowing things down. And Hunter just really not getting too far into, like, RV's had 2 Nova piles just walled in here, which has just helped fund all the units that he kind of needs to keep himself alive. I see Smokey again running flame troopers across. This time coming to this side. Kind of doing this whole game. His eco's suffering a lot, but he's not got a lot of space. A ton of turrets in his base, which are still light turrets. I really think he should have upgraded them. Actually falling behind a lot of his teammates here. Eco-wise. RV coming in for another trade with these attackers, which again, do not die that quickly. Interceptors in the air coming across, but he has his own interceptors. He can... I actually think this army wins. I don't think the fighters are really that relevant anymore. Like these T4 air fights. I think what will happen is the attackers will tank for the interceptors, and the interceptors will kill off the other interceptors and then kill all the air, basically. Smokey coming in, killing the power cores. Is he going to get this one? Oof, does not. That 450 health upgrade. John only on the 250. Okay, and then trying to go for this fortress once again. Nothing at the front, all the units are at the back. Not really defending it. And Hunter now got his cannons, and now he's got some good firepower to start knocking down all these buildings of RVAs. Again, I do feel like RVA can just smash this army whenever he wants. Just a little bit too afraid to take the trade, because there's just not really any anti-air. Just a few fighters that he's almost got as much interceptors as they've got fighters. Just needs to bring them with his army. And look how fast they're going to kill all this stuff off. He needs to kill off these cannons. We've got the turrets now helping from John. Which would really mean that he takes all this army away from them. Again, Smokey coming in here with the flame troopers, gets the power core. Gonna go for the other power core, I believe. Running a lot of units across. It does indeed. Again, these cannons still stay up though. New fortress gonna get built here. And Hunter can just take all this ore, which is RVA's ore. He does get across here onto this ore pile. Maybe get his fortress. I don't know if he has managed to get his fortress tech. No. He wants this, right? His Naboo. 10% less than all the units, but never had ore until about now. You can see Arnie got across here and started building a forward here on Smokey. I would assume he's got a lot more workers than Smokey now after that sort of boom in the mid game. Well, they're quite even actually. Smokey doing a good job building workers. It just seems a little bit deceptive in his eco. Can't really see where they all are. There's been a lot of carbon ones. So both quite comparable with their eco. A little bit better upgrades for Arnie and the strike mechs here. He's trying to run through here though, but units are just getting gunned down. And RV pretty much lost most of his original base now. With the AC, quite a few turrets here from John. Strong position here, but mechs not fully upgraded yet. Kind of just lacking the area of effect, so the AC should help here if you can get some shots down, but I think the best units would be assault mechs with all these supporting units. Help shred down the artillery. We've got heavy strike mech now for Arnie. As he's rallying here, building it on their side into the centre of the map. Can freely put them where he wants, but it's going to be hard for him to do any damage to Smokey with all those turrets in his base. Particularly if he did get some upgrades for them. I'll be trying to send some of his army over here. You can see that additionally Arnie reinforcing attack here, who's got so many grenadiers that are killing repeater troopers right now. There's a few strike mechs for them, but I think what they need is some repeaters with them. It takes them a very long time to kill these guys off. The assault mech though is going to do some good damage. And RV again needs to use his units here, and they've actually killed a lot of the turrets and everything, like pushing quite well. Good AC shot. Interceptors can maybe, you know, snipe that. RV are going to try and kill off some of these cannons. They die quite quickly to the attackers. Interceptors a little bit out of position. They're trying to go over here, kill the AC, they do get it. They did miss a bit of an opportunity to kill some of these attackers, maybe. This isn't going to be a good trade with a turret. The attackers are tanking. The interceptors only shoot up, so they're going to be very efficient in this fight. Just focus the other interceptors. And a lot of Hunter's army going to get sniped here by the attackers. On the other side of things, Arnie in attack, advancing in his position. No shield yet though. And not really any cannons knocking things down. And the Wookiees are going to be very strong here. Not quite got all the upgrades, missing about 15 HP, but got the 12 range artillery. And Smokey trying to push out here. Got the heavy jet trooper. Slowly killing off that mech factory. And I've got some units over here as well chasing the strike mech. Smokey's still randomly sending jet troopers, not jet troopers, flame troopers over here. I got some jet troopers over here though, and they're killing a lot of workers of attacks here. You see how quickly they kill them off. And they can just fly around the edge, right? At the back here. A lot of MDs out again, just again feels like it needs some assault mechs just to go with it. So strong. Starting to get the trade up, it looks like, for all the players here. A lot of res here for John. He can pump out a ton more mech destroyers, I think. Probably like double this amount. There's the repeaters from Russian. Almost got all the upgrades, just missing the next damage one. I think we need some grenadiers though with this army. Well, this is pretty much just pure mech destroyer. And some tanky rebel MDs and some, you know, tanky Confederacy ones would be quite strong. This army at the moment, there's an AC popping out from a Russian. There's kind of just a few artillery and some A-mobiles at the moment. It's going to link up here with Russian, and now he's got that full health, full damage repeaters to tank for them, and they can get forward and start shooting at the shield generator. The other side of things, it looks like Parappa's pretty much just, well, that sortie pushed them out of this area, and it's going to start pushing back against attack. And I don't really rate Attack's army against this. This is really peak efficiency from the Wookiees. We've got some Black Sun mech and a few repeaters, a couple of Grens. It's not great against this composition. I think if anything, he's going to want his own artillery or ACs, maybe a couple of assault mechs or something like that, a shield generator, take advantage of area of effect damage there. Only way you're going to get good value. Smokey showing up here with mech destroyers too, so they've got a lot on the ground here pushing at this position. And John struggling to have a lot out here. Fight all of this on the ground on his own. I think an RVA at this point, out of Nova. Well, he's actually got quite a little bit of bank. What's he going to spend it on? He's lost all his air bases though, right? And he had his power core killed earlier. Like, he's losing a lot of his infrastructure. I think he was getting pop capped as well, because like all of his houses were part of his wall down here. So I think it's been a while since he's properly built some air. And now, pushing in. Telling you, if there's just a few grenadiers here and there, just applying split, because all this is so much health for them to tank. They just kill off all this so much quicker. I think that's full upgrades now for the mechs. And assault mech does pop out here. A lot of the buffering units have died though, it's a little bit late. And we've no shield generator here at the moment either, which would be super valuable. The attacker is going to come in here and take a trade. A lot of A-mobiles though, unfortunately. Heavy ones too, with the retrofit. And Arnie attack, trying to push this army away. Neither side has shields at the moment. So just our original health pools here. And Smokey got a lot of workers running across and some flame troopers running in, trying to flank this position, but not really going to do much. But he's still got these MDs across here, and unfortunately not really any supporting units at the moment for the assault mechs, and a lot of MDs and stuff that they're running into, which can just focus them down before they can really pay off with their area of effect damage. Russian flooding this position with troopers. Again, this army lasting way too long, I think, without grenadiers. Or speeders. Speeders would be good as well. There are the turrets to maybe push them away in the interceptors, so I think grenadiers it is from both players going to have good ones, being trooper civs. I've got a lot of workers here to build some troop centres. There's so many. I feel like that's all the carbon workers. What are these cannons doing over here? Cannons are lost. And Fortress Troop Centre going down here for Smokey. He's cleaned up that forward that Arnie had. He's built a new one over here now. And pumping out the strike mechs. A little bit weird to sort of see this against a rebel player. There are speeders right here. That's probably going to shut that down. I don't think 1A mobile's enough. It's a, oh yeah, you're rebels kind of moment. Even going to kill off the A mobiles. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff here, but again, I don't see grands. So these guys are really tanky in the shield. Is that like 562 health? And the attacker's finding some angles to the side, snipe off some of the units. And the interceptors can take the trade. You can just patrol in and kill them. They won't shoot anything else. And they're just going to keep blowing up all this artillery. Just walk up and one-tap them all. Kill the A-mobiles too. There's an advanced turret there, but there's like 3 shots to kill them. And a good moment for John to start maybe pushing back here. Russian kind of distracted by the stuff from Arnie. He's going to kill off this forward now, which we did expect with the speeders. Some interesting trade going right across the map like this. He's trying to go here, taking a horrible angle. Like Parappa needed to have something down here, but I guess there's not really any room. And the assault mech's getting some really good damage. They're going to be quite strong into the Wookiees. Particularly with shields. Seems like a lot of the artillery's died off. And Parappa, I think he's starved of Nova at the moment. Can't really rebuild them as such. Need to switch to just pure trooper. Maybe some grands, repeaters. So a good moment for Arnie to start pushing things back here. I think everyone's just had a bit of a late transition into trade. I think other than John, I think John got his kind of started kind of early. I'm trying to build some walls. Walls are going to be super annoying for the artillery. Shield wall on the way. And Arnie cleaned up that little forward from Smokey. Pushing into the centre with a bit of an army here. Smokey looking to go and meet him here with some... These are just mech destroyers though. And they could take some big AoE damage if anyone's paying attention, but ships passing in the night and all that, you should turn around and shoot the cannons, that'd be great. But nope. Nothing at all, just a little how'd you do and on they go. And the Interceptor's catching all of Parappa's trade. That's bad for him, right? He needs all these, needs to get these artillery out to hold things here. Because there actually isn't too much from Smokey. Smokey's been more... I don't know what this is. He's like walking in behind. Oh. Oh dear. I thought he was going to like big brain flank the assault mechs or something, but... Blackson, a mech here. It's Grenadiers, but I'd rather just see troops and then some Night Mothers out of Black Sun here. Be much stronger. Sure which way this is going. Same over here, it's just very back and forth. Got the Masters popping out now though. That's gonna put an end to the Salt Mech shenanigans for a little bit. Until they maybe get their own... They're both very good Jedi civs that can actually convert Jedi, that Rebel Alliance cannot do, so... Not to say you can't build them as rebels though, you just need to keep them out of harm's way. Pick your moments to use them. Still super effective. These interceptors again, been sniping a lot of traders, cutting off the Nova supply. The attackers are just sort of there as a bit of a fail-safe, I suppose, if they push too far in. Try and pick things off when they can. Doesn't want to lose them though. RVA completely broke for Nova. Really needs to get all these traders going. Get them to come back and deliver the Novas. And Parappa doing a really good job still, holding this position, despite his likely Nova poverty. He's got absolutely no food either. Definitely just completely spending all of his money. And Smokey just not quite got something. They got some units running around here. Chasing some strike mechs. John doing some raiding right now. And I do rate the assault mechs in this trade. Just not a lot of artillery at all. Can't take advantage of that range fully. The units kind of just rallying in here and dying. Even some tanking workers here with their 70 health pool. And trade from Russian running in here, trying to kill off some of the air, but again, turret helping out. A lot of air from RVA. It's never quite enough interceptors, I don't think. You would need to make a whole bunch and then just go for it. Like 2 control groups or something. If you really wanted to like wipe this air out. Another turret here, just hitting from the sides, and with homing they're going to keep connecting, and there must be what, 2 shotting the interceptors. Assault mechs. The Grens are really helpful here. Get Smokey's mechs, but kind of all actually, because it's just troopers and artillery, so not really that helpful actually when I think about it. The assault mechs are super good though. I think I just need repeaters here. 60 health repeaters are good. And John trying to get RV to get some Jedi at the moment, but saying not until he's got some trade going, because he's got no Nova income. And Hunter really pushing in here. A lot of damage from Magna Cards popping out a little bit here. Again, the attackers are going to kill them quite quickly. Interceptors trying to trim them down. And this air army hasn't really been replaced in quite a long time. I'm trying to get as much value out of it as possible. Big push here. The cracks really showing Parappa's position. Be running out of res. The assault mechs got some Famba shields with them as well. They're going to be super strong. At 488 HP, getting doubled in that big area of effect damage. Going to be doubly strong in that choke. And they're really pushing in now. Leapfrogging with the turrets and the shields. Still hitting the walls, unfortunately, because of the target and the artillery and the cannons. Shield walls tanking a lot there. Big trade for Smokey, but what's he going to spend it on? Not really seeing anything out of him, like for a while. 22 mechs. Some artillery over here. Some mechs over here, some here. They're quite zoned out of this position though. New infrastructure getting planned here. 11 range artillery. But not going to trade well against all these assault mechs. Yeah, Hunter got a very large army here. John not really got much anymore. RV not got anything really, they're just relying on the walls at the moment. Waiting for their trade. Interesting little fights going on in the centre. Is that Arnie trying to get another little forward again? Build his strike mechs. So the Glurgling's hopping across. So Master's trying to get onto this side to maybe trying to convert some of the assault mechs. Parappa's wall though, not letting them in. And there's some good opportunities to convert these. And they're at the gate. And the gate is not at full HP. Here come the Masters here. Switch to Russian so I can see them. Oh. 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 Gets one. Or four. Not a good angle, I don't think. With nothing else for them to shoot at. Probably want to come from the sides. Can get 4 strong, but doesn't have the turning range, which I think would be helpful there. To further exaggerate that problem, and all this unit's getting smashed here from John by the artillery damage. A lot of HP with these units. Now some assault mechs popping in as well. RV almost got his trade going, making some new air bases here and there. Some temples, move the economy up a little bit. Well, what's left of it. A little bit bold here from Hunter. Some AC's going to get some good shots. He just walked in here into this area. Both big shots here, going for them instead. Got some of the AA mobiles. These MDs are actually getting a good sort of arc shooting on these units. A lot of them just going down. Might have even been better to make your own AC on this side and just kill the trees. Open things up that way, rather than walk into that choke. You need a lot of cannons to knock all this down quickly. Some jet troopers here. See what they're up to. They're gonna kill the strike mechs. Yeah, the fighter. The real counter. Is he gonna get him? We change target. Keeps changing target. And John fighting over here now. We do need to worry about the trade is what needs protected. See Hunter trying to dive in here, but the attackers are going to get some good damage on them now. And Arnie's really starting to march forward now, because again, as I said, the assault mechs just do so well against that unit composition. See a lot of Grens popping out now, and they will get some good opportunities to knock a lot of them down. As things widen up here, the Grens can widen up against the area of effect and keep landing lots of pot shots at them. You can see them going down. But a lot of seem to have died in this area. Maybe not widened them up as much as you would want. Russian trying to take some trade here. Not a lot of interceptors at the moment from RV, and he's trying to run away. Got some coming here. He's just freshly built, relying on the turrets. Empire attackers popping out. Looks like we finally got some grands out of both of them. Some attackers here from Russian. Smashing John's army on this area. It's a little bit of a vulnerable way because you can get right into Arnie's base here, and a lot of their carbon workers. But again, I think trade's the big objective, and getting quite close. Whereas their trade's all the way down here; it's quite insulated. But I don't think Parappa was on that. Parappa was going cross map, which really messed them up a lot. With the interceptors just going into the center and killing them off. Where they're going. Walking to their deaths. Not much left at the moment. Strike Mech's going to be able to run through here maybe, get some damage. Hunter walking right in now. The attacker's pushing up. A lot of Magna Guards getting in, which could be a problem. A few cannons here. Probably want a lot of cannons right now and just knock everything down. Carve that path through. Nursery getting exposed. Less food income. And it looks like Russian Blood trying to dive for the spaceports, but they are getting converted by the Naboo Master. As we said, can't convert back. So I've got to be careful. I mean, Hunter almost in a position where he can siege these. His army looking a lot stronger here. Again, trying to go for the spaceports. They are just getting converted as they can. Managed to get that one though. He's managed to get this one. We're gonna get this one too. I don't think he's got enough faith to convert the Master. Trying to kill it with attackers, and let's get that one. So taking all the spaceports down away from RV here. But he has given him a few Masters. That's the kind of the trade-off here. Put up 5, I think. Trying to convert them back. Russian going to delete them though. Not going to let that happen. RV killing off some traders again. His attack with some interceptors and some... He's a big Jedi Civ though. I've not really seen any Night Mothers. Does have a lot of temples up here. Looks like he's getting all the upgrades. Mind Trick, Faith in the Force, Force Strong. No rally point though. And Hunter got a lot of anti-air up into the position. The army looking a little bit sparse at the moment though. Attack looking super rich in his res as well, like 20k. Now rebuilding things here. Russia can maybe try and push up this way. There's a lot of opportunities for speeders still. Some unshielded interceptors, but nothing compared to anything else there. Spaceport's going back down for RV. I think you might actually need to move it up to the end or something. The attacker's coming in for a trade. We've got a lot of A-mobiles, but this is a lot of attackers. We can kill off the cannons, because the cannons are sieging the spaceports. We're forced to act here. Interceptors coming around. Let's kill the cannons. Get the spaceports. A lot of A-mobiles going down. You probably need like 3 turrets or something to fight that. That way you're probably doing like 1 attacker's worth per volley in the fight. Only with a huge Gungan army here. Quite a lot of damage even spread out across like an entire screen. Just killing off buildings and carving away through quite rapidly. And it's kind of desperate. John's over here, but like trade's what's threatened. A lot of assault mechs here. A lot of conversions going on. Killing off the A-mobiles so the attackers can trade a bit better. We're not really seeing any some assault mechs from okay, but a lot less health. This Mighty is super annoying for them now. Switching into troopers. Need a few more upgrades. I think the first order they could go like assault mechs and grenadiers. Take advantage of that reload time that they've got, that upgrade, indoctrination. And spaceports go down again. But it's just for Harvey, it's not like for the whole team. It's not like the main trade, but it was his trade, so. See, a lot of his just dead. Dead in the sky right now, they don't know where to go. Not like a lot of room to put down a spaceport either. And Hunter getting even further advanced here, kill some of those turrets, but getting flanked right now by John. Relying on turrets to keep speeders and stuff off them, I assume. More converting. They're almost getting right up to the trade right here. John not quite popped, lost a lot of his houses, so could still get another like 50 worth of units here. Bounty hunters, a lot of them coming in here. John's fighting here, but it's not at the trade, which is the biggest issue. Like advanced turret away, go down there on the cargo freighters. A-mobiles are shooting tons of volleys. Oh, attack showing up though. With tons of Night Mothers, and he's just converting everything that they've built. So they've not really got anything to cover right now. So getting the shields, getting the turrets. Not gonna get that one was walled. Russian got a lot of interceptors, but can't really do anything to the army here. Could get to the trade though. I reckon there'd be some good opportunities to just sit dead in the middle here. Kill a lot of traders. It's gonna be running through here, and I did like that. This maybe purge, or he's deleted the buildings. Attack didn't get to steal any of them. Again, still units here killing off traders, and the interceptors do get in here as well. Right behind the back here, kill so many of these guys, and these guys have all got Nova right now at the moment, just getting super denied. How much have they got? like 105 Nova. Each kill, 105 Nova minus to the team before it can complete its trip. Again, Arnie's still pushing through here. All these assault mechs just kind of dying. Back and forth, shooting back at one another. Again, these A-mobiles must have tons and tons of kills here. 7, 4, 11, 11, 5, 6. But they are going to get cleaned up now. For denying a few more. $117 Nova. A lot of Grenadiers here. A new push from them. Maybe we can try and open things up here. Again, Arapa pretty much just dead at this point now. He's got some of his economy out here, but not really a lot. And Smokey again can't really do anything. These Night Mothers out from attack now, so if he tries to make assault mechs, it's just going to get converted, right? Which means Arnie can just keep marching forward with his. And they do kind of suffer in the regard of Jedi civs here. Which is not super. They do have like one, but it's the one that can't even convert Jedi back, so. There's you got Empire, you got Naboo, and then you got the Black Sun on the other team. Which are all really good. Can all convert Jedi. Oh. I worry for the health of these Grenadiers. The Dark Trooper is quite good against them. Tons of Dark Troopers. They're gonna melt. Oh, Magnus showing up on this side. They're gonna be quite good here, potentially. We get on top of the units. Oh, a lot of MDs come in though that actually should bail them out. Just a lot of flat damage, I think. And that army from SY going down. Just need Grenadiers, I think. Grenade Troopers. More attackers coming over here to try to stop Arnie's army. It does lack, and it's actually kind of, it needs some speeders over here, right? Attackers, speeders could just really clean this up. That's what this army is actually kind of weak to. He knows that, right? He's running. Where did he last build an anti-air turret? Like, what are all these advanced turrets from Black Sun? Not really any. There's a couple of A-mobiles and that's it, and the attackers will make short work of them. We've seen that all game. And John again flanking the army here as they try to get into this position now. There's a lot of assault mechs coming their way. It's kind of the struggle of this game is not being able to like convert assault mechs, I suppose. Or have your own assault mechs versus the assault mechs, because they'll just convert yours, right? They got the better Jedi subs. It's not to say you can't kill them, like Grenadiers and MVs and stuff, but it's just, it's a little bit of a psychological thing, you know? Like you feel like you can't have that unit, whereas your opponents can. And in some cases that's true. A lot of health here. I mean, that 488 getting doubled by the shield, so the AA shows up a few troopers and some anti-air mobiles and that. And these guys have not really got the bonus damage that the speeders would have. And you push here with some master support in the assault mechs. Big Empire army now, going to be pushing in. And kind of the first time in a long time they've like been really getting pushed back here. So Magda's getting on top. It's getting a lot of Gren shots behind them. See how effective they can be at tanking. Disruptive here. Rebel attackers. Get some good damage to these units. But not as much as speeders, it's the Grens that are doing most. Interceptors now. Pushing away. I don't know where Russians interceptors are hiding. They should just hang around so they can respond quicker. The 60th turret that John's made this game. Oh, he's sending his interceptors over here, but it's like at that moment that it feels like he needs them down here. A lot more over here though. A few going into trade. Make sure they don't use any air to stop Arnie's push here. Oh, an hour in, remember that you got a drink out of the fridge. You know? Classic. We're on the CBD kombucha at the moment. Your hipster drink. Fizzy, good bacteria. CBD oil for relaxing while casting Jibji. Another turret. Arnie joining up here as well. There's a big push from SY and Russian here, flanking this army of Arnie's. And they look really imposing, these First Order assault mechs, don't they? They kind of just fall over. That death animation, just, oh, I'm dead. No. When you see your team's got no, like, Jedi civs, down you go. And this army's still kind of strong here. Interceptors and attack, got some good supporting units now, some Mounties, some Grens, the Night Mothers and stuff. It's kind of the thing, right? It's like on both sides, it's like assault mechs and then having the Jedi to support them, which is pretty impactful when you get to this Giga late game. I guess an alternative to that would be air cruisers, you know, like in bulk. Because it can't be converted, but kind of slow, methodical approach. You gotta do really well to protect them. Especially with interceptors in bulk. John asking for food. How many workers they got? Like a late game, if you're like need food, it's more like need to build some farms. You know, I need an attack getting quite far up here. It's the interceptors that are like getting onto the trade now, which is the big problem. There's not much to stop them. Some Mounties running in here from Russian. Lots of Mounties. I'm desperate with these. I think while that's going on, RV is getting into these spots and just killing off all these traders. And that's really hampering the team's ability to counter these units. Completely unopposed right now. So this side's not like super strong either. Like it's not. Nobody's really won on this side. It's a toss up, but Arnie's army is still just very large here. Not much to oppose it, and if they're losing all their trade now as well, like once these units from SY go down, it's it's curtains here, I think. These guys just looking for more traders. Russian trying to kill them all off. It's harsh though, because it's going to take a long time to rebuild the freighters and then put them back out and, you know, get the return trip Nova from them. And she's kind of grateful at the moment that Arnie's not really pushing. He's just sort of sitting there just now. Give them a bit more breathing room. Time to catch back up. Big volleys there. That's a lot of air again, a lot more attackers again now. Which can maybe push in and kill a lot of units. The Night Mother's here with all the assault mechs, and it looks like SY's army going down here. I don't know, him and Parappa. Parappa got some Nova, some Carbon, could get artillery out. Smokey not looking too hot though. Not much res left for him. Even having the actual assault mech stolen doesn't have like purge. And more cargo freighter sniping. So you would definitely need to, some of these late game scenarios actually like anti-air your trade all the way down. If you don't have the units at hand to stop them. Because I mean this is going to be super worth once you get a few kills. Because again it's having a knock-on effect on the other players' abilities to stop the push. Especially when they're right up against the ropes. Some Sith Masters are out now as well, just to rub it in. I forget how much more population you want to put in bounty hunters than the Jedi too. Alright. Kinda got an angle to go towards the trade now. If there's any trade left though, like so much of it's dying. There's Night Mothers now in Russian blunt space. So many air bases he had this game, god damn. I mean, turrets are getting converted and everything, that's probably it, right? Yeah, he's just gonna resign. And GG from Parappa there. Gonna resign. And Hunter as well. That's gonna be them conceding. Pretty good game. I'll try and get into the need to mute it so I can get into the old achievements. Again, copyright struck by John Williams and the gang or something. For that like 10 seconds of that funeral song. Qui-Gon's funeral or something like that. That plays on the achievement screen. Right, I'm going in. The achievements here. Ian Hunter getting the medals here. Arnie with the top score. John with the most kills. A Blunt with the most units lost. Also the largest army though. Attack with the most units turned. Smokey losing the most buildings. Attack not getting the most carbon today. Can't believe it. Hunter there with the most, but has the most food. And biggest trade profit going to John. A lot of Nova overall here for Arnie, just beating John here. Deck times, doesn't really matter. It's just like Russian one with the 5 hollows. Doesn't seem like a lot of hollow Nova though, like for that game. Like when you compare it to the trade, it's only like 23k, right? I suppose for a good long time though, it's like you don't need to have the population, tied up in traders, which is good for a civ like rebels, right? Because it means more interceptors or more troopers or something like that. Usually stuff you build a lot of. And most workers there for Arnie. And there's a timeline which means absolutely nothing, but for whatever reason has Monument Constructor, Monument Destruction across it. Potentially. I don't know why anyone thought that would be like super relevant. You can see how things have turned out. But anyway, if you enjoy the content, please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. If you want to get involved in these types of games, you'll find our GBG Discord server invite in the description field. You'll see one for the Expanding Fronts mod, which is the mod that we're playing here. If you want to play the game online, you'll see a link for vublade.com. If you go to my channel, there'll be a guide on how to get that in Expanding Fronts working if you want to play that with your friends. And if you want to support the channel in another way, maybe buy me a coffee, PayPal link in the description field as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.